Welcome back. Okay, let's see what we got now. It's about Windows Phone emulators. So, because it's Windows Phone and I have the complete environment in my Windows PC. Now, when I am recording in Mac, I just recorded a video and I'm going to play that for you. So, I'm just doing it right now. So, let me just pass it. So, right now I'm just navigating and telling you where is my Windows setup and take a look. So there you can see three elements. One is application deployment and the developer registration. Now this is the Windows Phone developer registration window where every Windows Phone developer should have or must have a Windows Phone developer account in order to deploy your applications in a phone. And it's around probably around $100. So you can check that out in internet, and without that you cannot deploy it in a phone. So in your testing team, if you are deploying applications or you are making applications for Windows phones, you should have a deployment account. Obviously your engineering and product managers may be having it, so you should take those credentials and use it in order to test it in a live device. Even your testing team itself can buy one in the case of you need to really use it in your environment. So this screen is the Windows Phone developer registration screen. If you have an account, you can feed the credentials, it will work. And there is something else I am pulling up now. It is application deployment screen, Zap deployment screen. And the Zap deployment is that where you can you will be using to deploy your applications the XAP file into a phone or an emulator. So if you have the registered account, you will feed it here so that it will take that credentials and it will allow you to deploy in a phone, or else if you don't have one, you can deploy it as well, but only in the emulators. Now you could see that I will be deploying an app in an emulator. Been selecting the emulator, slightly bigger size, and there is my app. It's an app. I downloaded from the internet, and I just do that, and I just say there is no status there, so I say deploy, and right now it's deploying the Zap file. Since I'm loading it for the first time, it's doing a complete boot. And as I said earlier, the top 3 smartphones, Android, iPhone and Windows Phone, are gaining momentum and consolidating things in the market. So you will be using this very soon. You can also pull up the emulator separately. Right now I'm showing it. You can pull up the emulator separately by directly opening it from the programs. Now I am going to show you what it takes to be building and deploying your Windows Phone applications. you need Silverlight and the latest version of it, and you need a .NET platform, and you need Visual Studio 2013 Ultimate, which is the latest at this point in time. In 2014, in the beginning of 2014, we are discussing. And there is also something called Windows Phone SDK. You can download it for Windows 8, and because Windows 7 no longer we are using, and we are deploying apps, and we are supporting in it is specific to my initiatives, but there are apps in Windows Phone 7 as well. So I personally use a Windows Phone 7. So that is how it goes. And the moment we are actually talking about this environment, you can see in the background it's been the emulator is up. It took like 1 minute to for a complete boot. And let's continue discussing what we need. Yeah, that I told you before. You need a developer account. So these are the four things that you need: Silverlight, .NET platform, Windows Visual Studio, and Windows Phone SDK, and developer account in order to test a Windows Phone application. And yeah, I'll continue to showcase what I have. Of course, if you need physical devices, because I'm not really saying that only with emulators you can complete your testing. So you should really deploy it in a physical device, because as I personally experienced that in emulator everything will be running, and the moment I deploy it, certain important features like push notification are fail to really work. So you should really test it in the emulator and the device both. And I did something. Yeah. Yes. So as you see now, the app is getting deployed. It's you can see the status. It's deploying zap file. Now there is nothing. Only Internet Explorer and settings are the two apps which is available. So it's deploying it right now. Okay, now, yeah, so I wanted to just pass this. So now I got the status message that the zap deploy complete, and there is an app. I even clicked on that. So I'll just take you back a little bit. Yeah. You see the app is there, and then zap deployment complete, and I tapped on the app. It's actually opening the app, which is a comic reader application. I can go back. I can pin it to the start, and it will show you the application in the beginning, in the start button. If you press, it will show you. It's a global start button. From there is no back. You can click on the app there, and you can use the app, test the app in there, and you can also uninstall the app by long pressing it. It is quite simple. It got its own standards. Anytime you can press it to come to the main menu. And also there is an Internet Explorer browser which is already there. It will ask you to allow you. So say allow. So you can search it in web. You can navigate into different web pages. For example, if you are testing browser app and it's a web page, then you can navigate to that site and test it right from here. So that is how it goes. It's asking for the location access. I just got this one and tapped on it. It is actually going to open my Google web page in the Windows Phone emulator, and as I said earlier, you can directly test your web applications using the Explorer down here. You also have Opera Mini, you can install it and then you can test it. Planning to play another video showing the capabilities of the Windows Phone emulator. So this is it, because it's recorded in 2 different timings. So I'll just show you around few important things which I do in the case of the emulator's capabilities. So I just go there because I did that, shown you that. Yeah, now it is time now. So if you see, the emulator have got certain features here, like there are separate emulator specific features down here. So if you can see a zoom, and you can see a landscape orientation stuff, and there is a more button here where you can do a lot of things. So I'll just show you now. And yeah, it's actually doing the deployment. Yeah, I'm there now. So you can see that I'm clicking in there in the more button, where I can exploit different capabilities of an emulator itself. What you cannot do in other emulators, you can do it here, which is you cannot do this one, an accelerometer, in a iPhone or Android emulator, but they actually give you the feature down here. You can shake the device, you can get the locations and screenshots from here. Yeah, I'll just show you. It's the accelerometer, just selecting standing, and then I can try to move the emulator as if I'm holding a device, and it is actually reading the positions. Your coding will read the same, and based on that it will react if your app is using accelerometer. Let me just stop this, and maybe I should do this. Yeah, and yeah, I can continue do that. And yeah, you can do a shake action at this point in time. It's actually shaking the device, and there is a location feature in the emulators. In the additional tools, it will fetch the location of probably where the IP which emulator reads, and yeah, that is how it goes. And there is a screenshot option. You can capture the screenshot wherever you are. I tapped on comics reader and then capturing the screenshot. Yes, it is capturing this screenshot, and then I can save it a path which I really want to save. This is amazing. I can create a folder now called Windows Phone and organize my screenshot there. That is how it goes. So hope the final part I just really want to repeat because it was fast. And here I can use the accelerometer capabilities. Based on your application, you can use that, whether it is required or not. You can get the location. This is a screenshot. You can capture a screenshot and save it right from your emulator, because in order to write a defect, very good defect, you need a screenshot, and this will actually help you by capturing the screenshot right from the emulator. So that is what I really wanted to showcase, and I hope you like it. So this is to show you what you can do in the Windows Phone emulator, and I'll see you right next into another session. Thank you.